Alright, but first things first, obey your thirst. Shout out. Shout out to Hawaii Surfer. Sent me this giant container. It was filled with macadamia nut honey, meaning the bees live on a macadamia nut farm in Hawaii there. Wow, how lucky. They get to live on a macadamia nut farm. Oh my god. Woo! As you can see, there's not a lot left. I've been using it. I used up all the other one. He actually sent me 2 of those. One was filled with another type of honey called Ohia Lehua. And that was much thicker. I was actually eating that out of the jar with a spoon because I've been fasting. So sometimes, I just need to put something in my mouth. So I was doing honey out of the jar with the spoon, and for that I used the thick honey that was sent to me. What's up, Chris? So I was just saying how I'm down to the end of the honey that Hawaii Surfer sent me. Yo, this stuff was good. Now I normally don't put honey in my coffee. I like honey in my tea, and I like in my honey other things like I think maple syrup, as far as taste-wise, it's like a vibration thing, because the maple syrup is I don't know, it's got that burnt flavor to it maybe. Goes good with the coffee. But anyway, shout out to you watching. I'm about to make a new recipe, which is already for sale on my website, lifefoodcertified.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of different versions of it and figure out what's going to be the best formula. So, before I do that, I'm going to grab my phone over here. Stay right there. And I'm going to post this story to my Facebook. I just want to show you, give you a sneak preview. It's this right here. It's my sub brand. So my brand is Master Lukey. I'm Lifefood certified, and this is the medical marijuana edible that I've been making for myself, and I'm gonna post this right now to my Facebook. And then I'm going to tell you about the recipe and how it's similar, because we got that going on right there. So, create a story. I'm going to go with the last picture I took of it, because I took a bunch of pictures. And I'm going to put this like this. Let's see. Like that. And I'm going to say free sample. Hit me up. Alright, and then we're gonna go like that. Oh shit! Okay, never mind. Let's see. I might have to put this in red so you could see it better. Hello? There we go. I can't get it to go. There we go. Alright. Free sample, hit me up. It's called 9 Haas Medical Edible. And that goes for people on Facebook. And that goes for anybody watching right here. You want to try out my medical marijuana edibles. Boom. Posted. And I do ship. Alright? So, now, Pizza. There's so many recipes out there. Especially if you look at a health food restaurant, they'll come up with like some fucking salad that has like, it's like pear, walnut, arugula salad. That's one of my recipes actually. But, you don't need to have like you don't need to have like a 30 item menu. You could, and I have a menu right here. This is the one that I was trained under. Okay? How many you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, let's say 24, 48. So there's about 50. That's a 50 item menu. So I guess maybe eventually, right, I could do something like that. But what I did is I boiled it down to the top recipes. Now, when I was binging, it was pizza and ice cream. That was my number one thing I went to. Okay? Now, what we also used to do is to celebrate, when I had my paycheck, right, I would take everybody to the Japanese buffet. So, you got pizza, ice cream, sushi. Those are my top 3. I also got cheese. And I got an Italian ice. I got the cookie that I'm working on here, the ginger cookie. It's actually a ginger chew right now. So, I'm looking for the big hitters. And I don't think there is a recipe that's more popular than pizza. And if you think there is one that's more popular than pizza, let me know. I also got noodles. I do zoodles, I do noodles. I do buckwheat noodles, I do zoodles. That can go with a red sauce. It can also go in a soup, like an Asian style pho or ramen. And what was the other one I was just thinking of? Burgers. See, burgers are a pain in the ass because you got to make the bread and also the burger. So that's like 2 recipes in one. So, I mean, it's not a hard recipe to do. It's just, it's a double recipe. So let me get the bread down first. And this pizza is kind of like bread. So I guess we'll do this in order. Now, I already got the sea moss in the blender here. So the sea moss is going to give this pizza its foldability. When you think about pizza, you can basically break it up into 2 styles, right? You got your thick crust, you got your thin crust. And I can do both of those. This is going to be more of a thinner crust, the type that you would, cut in a triangle and you grab it with your hand like this, and maybe you fold it in half. And that rubberiness that allows it to fold normally would be from the gluten, which is neurotoxic. We found that the wheat, although it might not kill you like cyanide, it will kill you over time, and it also has been shown to affect behavior, and that's something I can't deal with because I have to be on my best behavior. I have to literally be my best self 24/7, otherwise I'm not going to accomplish what I need to. There is literally no time left. And there's no chance for error when you're fighting for your life. And maybe I'm exaggerating, but that spirit of martial arts, where it's a fight to the death, I believe it's still there. And that's what I based my whole life around in 2005 when I incorporated my name to be Lou Kumo Incorporated, and I made martial arts my life, my business, and everything is a write-off. So, I don't know. Where was I going with that? I don't do wheat, and then so in this recipe, the sea moss is gonna take the place of that in terms of texture, the texture of the recipe. So the sea moss actually should be double blended. And the difference between a single blend and a double blend is basically the difference between a Vitamix and something like a Ninja or a blend or a some other blender. And that's just the difference between, it's the half of a size difference. So if you take something that's out of a regular blender and you cut that in half or a quarter, it's, even though it's starting off very tiny, it's even more tiny. And that's the difference between a single blend and a double blend. So this is single blended right now, and there's slight grains in here, very small, but in terms of chewing, you actually would feel the difference. I just poured this on top of some old sea moss. It's not that old, but I'm gonna probably try to use this whole thing today because of the recipe. I want it to be mostly sea moss so that it can be very flexible. Okay, so let me just turn you here so you can see me at the sink. I'm gonna rinse this. Okay. Now I'm gonna dry it. And the reason I'm gonna dry it is because the next thing I'm gonna do is blend chia. So here's my chia seeds. I got them. It was buy one, get one half off at CVS, and they were $9 each. So it came out to $13, and I got 24 ounces of chia here. Chris wants to know, how long does sea moss last? Forever. And this recipe is going to be dehydrated, so there's no water in it, and it basically has a shelf life that's unparalleled. You can't have a product that's going to last longer than what I make, my guy. So the reason why I'm drying this for the chia is that the chia is going to stick. The chia just goes like this, sucks up all the liquid. So if there was any water on the bottom of this blender, the chia would get stuck down there, and then it would be just kind of a pain to get it out. Anyway, you really should blend only 2 to 3 cups at a time when you're doing a dry blend. So this is a dry blend. Hold on, I gotta rinse this off. Okay, there's that. And then I gotta dry this off. Okay, so here we go. Dry blend chia. Alright. I got a bowl right here. This is what I clean the sea moss in. Oh wow, look, it's a mess. It's a Master Lukey brand kitchen towel. How's that? Boom. Okay, Okay, so that's dry blend number 1. And I got 2 bags here. So I'll do the other one also. Let me move my groceries out of the way because I need this space right here. For that. For this. So you could call this chia flour. Flour. And if you've ever seen chia flour, FLOWER, it's a beautiful indigo, bright blue purple. And that's the difference between something like chia and quinoa and millet and amaranth, which are technically fruit. The difference between that and grains. So in botany, a fruit has to have a flower. So a grain is from grass, and these, they call them pseudo cereals: chia, amaranth, quinoa, millet, and all life food comes from a flowering plant. And it's kind of a beautiful metaphor, If God was looking down on Earth, or as the angels or the spacemen and the satellites look down on Earth, imagine instead of grains, they're growing flowers. How beautiful. Okay, hold on. Let me throw that away. Blend this. Boom. Okay. Alright. So, got a little bit of chia from a previous recipe. I think it was when I made the weed the other day. So we'll put that right there. Okay, the sea moss is right there. And now, because this is not a finalized recipe, I am going to get my recipe my recipe where is it? I think this is it. This might be the extra one though. Let's start a new one. Whatevers. So, okay. Okay. So first we're going to put my logo. It's like a royal stamp. You see this? You can trust. Only the best. I imagine that I'm making food for my baby. And I only am going to give my baby something that's healthy. That's it. There's literally no reason for me to give something that's not healthy for my kids. Not for convenience, not because of social pressure, not because it's cheaper. There's no reason. Not because I'm addicted and I want to eat it, so I put the blame on the kids. You know, like some of these fucking parents do. Oh, they won't eat health food. Yeah, okay, buddy. They'll eat what you fucking put in front of their face. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna do this in order. We're gonna go with the sea moss first, and I'm gonna start with 2 cups because, like I said, I want it to be mostly sea moss. Okay, and now the chia is gonna hold it together, so we're gonna put 1 cup chia, and then I also got a couple other things here, and I'll write those in a second. But let me start to show you what I grabbed at the grocery store. Move this out of the way, put this on top of that with my pen. Okay, so what I got is 3 things which I'm gonna put in different ratios, and I'll explain. The onion is mostly for flavor. Now, I love onions actually on my pizza, but when you put onion, I'm gonna say because it's a root, it gives it a deep flavor. Like it's almost like a spice. You know how like they put different spices on meats to give it a flavor, and it's like a recognizable flavor. But when you put onion, when I'm putting this onion in here, I'm trying to get a specific type of flavor. Now it's a little watery, so that's going to affect the and the onion, you know, the consistency of the onion fibers. That's going to affect the the toughness of the dough. So I don't know that I'm going to put a whole cup of onion in there. What else? What I also have here is pumpkin seeds. That's also going to affect the flavor, which in my opinion, almost like a cheese or a probiotic. There's like a certain type of tanginess to a probiotic. I also got some of this apple cider vinegar. That's going to go in there for probiotics. And geez, I have just a little bit of salt left. I ordered some on Amazon, but I should have enough for this recipe. So those are the ingredients. Okay, so the other thing is about the pumpkin seeds is crunchiness. So pizza is rubbery, but it also, I think it has a fall apart. It falls apart in your mouth a little bit. And that's what this is, besides the cheesy flavor. Okay, and then the last thing I have, which is more to do with texture than anything, is zucchini. That has to do with texture and what's the word? Stretchiness. I want to stretch this recipe out, so I'm putting this in there really for material. Is really what it is. I want to put more material in the blender to stretch out the recipe so I can fill up a whole blender dehydrator sheet. So that's that. We're gonna do 1 zucchini. How many zucchinis I got here? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zucchinis. I got 3 onions, so I'll just leave 1 onion out here. I'll put this stuff over on the side. I'm grabbing my peeler right here. And what I'm going to do first is peel the zucchini. Okay. So, let's just take a look and see how much zucchini this is. Put it in the blender here. spin it. Oh shit. Fucking. What if I do this? Okay, how's that? Is that better? I think that's actually better, right? This out of the way here. A little extra light. Okay. So, this looks to be 3 cups zucchini. That's probably too much. Let me get a measuring cup here. Put that back in. So let's say 2.5 cups zucchini. We'll cut that down maybe to 2 cups. Alright. But like I said, I'm going to put the sea moss in first. I want that liquid on the bottom. And that's just going to help pull everything down. Okay, now we got onion. Take the skin off. Okay, and I got another measuring cup here. This looks to be about a cup. Let's see here. Actually, this looks like 2 cups. Alright. So there we go. We got everything ready. And now we're just going to organize it in the blender. And the beauty thing about the Vitamix is that it has the measurements right on the side here. And I'll spin it around so you can see. No, we had it right the first time.
How are you, my friend?
Yeah, buddy.
Just run the drive.
One. Wait.
Get after you.
No, I had it. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cups. Alright. So, we're going to do sea moss first. And what did I say? 2 cups? Two cups sea moss. Cha-ching. Next, 1 cup chia. And I got a cup measurement right here. Cup chia. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the first time we're going to do 1 cup zucchini. Now, I want to just make sure this is kind of accurate. So I'm going to go a little smaller here. Just cutting this up so, you know, it fills in the cup more precisely. Because I'm making this into a formula. I'm thinking long term, you know, having an assembly line where people are making this recipe, and we want this to be math, right? Alright, so just based on that, there's little spaces in there. That's probably about a cup, right? Oh shit. Hold on, I dropped a piece. Throw that out. Rinse my hand off. Alright. So, that's a cup of zucchini. And now we'll do the same thing, cup of onion. About, right? And now I don't have a lot of pumpkin seeds. I think maybe I'll do half a cup. Half a cup. pumpkin seeds just because I probably should do a full cup, but I don't have a lot. This is the end of the week. I'm out of money. I had to kind of stretch what I had to make this recipe happen. Now, I'm not eating it, but I am offering it on my site, so if you want to support me and my mission, you can purchase it. And then if there's something else that you want me to make, I can also do that. Now, I could do, let's see, let me do a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And I'm also going to do a teaspoon of salt. Just because it's the first recipe, I'm thinking maybe I'll end up doing a tablespoon on the next one. But let's just see how this comes out. Okay? Let's just see. Nah. No. I'm sorry. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do another teaspoon of... I'm going to double everything except the sea moss. So we got another teaspoon of salt. Another teaspoon of vinegar. Okay. Another half cup of pumpkin seed. Another cup of onion. And another cup of zucchini. How's that? Go big or go home. Let's see. Now let me just write this down before I forget. We did a cup of chia. We got a cup of zucchini. 1 cup of onion. That's Vidalia. FYI. 2 teaspoons salt. 2 teaspoons. I put ACV, apple cider vinegar. Here we go. Number 1. Test run. Master Luki brand pizza. I don't know if you could hear what happens. The blender actually changes the sound, and that's when you actually need a Vitamix. When that sound changes, a regular blender would have only kept blending the bottom of the material, which is on top of the blade, and there would be nothing to pull down. There wouldn't be enough power because the material's dry, right? I mean, this recipe, it does have liquid in it, but it's not a smoothie. This is an actual dough. So if I didn't have a Vitamix, the top of the blender would have been kind of chunky at best. So when that sound changes, that's when the plunger, the tamper, really comes in to play. And that's why I only ever recommend using a Vitamix. And that's what I was trained on. That's what I continue to use. And until another blender comes out that has a tamper, I will never recommend another blender. Because I only have room for one. And I don't need another blender for smoothies because this does smoothies as well. Anything liquid is going to be easy. But we're working with dough now. And you're going to see how thick it is once I spread it. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is scrape off the actual tamper. Okay, and I don't need to rinse this off, but I might, so let me just throw that in the sink, get it out of the way. Same thing with the top here. Okay, now move this over here, get it out of your way. How's that? Okay, so I can tell already that this is too much for one dehydrator sheet. And this actually probably is 2 pizzas worth. So let's just see. Maybe I'll split it into half. Scraping all the material into one section so I could push it down out of the blender. Top onto the sheet. See, now I don't think this is actually enough for 2 pizzas. Let me see what happens when I spread it. Maybe I'll just make a thick one and then we'll see, because the onion and the zucchini actually will probably lose a lot of moisture. And then this might actually come down to what it's supposed to look like. So maybe we lucked out with the math. Let's see. Got my spatula here, my spreading spatula. And the way I was taught is you come to one corner. Now the final recipe is going to be a circle, I think. But I want to get the most surface area, because I'll probably cut this into 4 personal pizzas, because I want people to give me feedback. It smells quite oniony, which I like, but let's see. Let's see. So look, I'm gonna need feedback. If you want to try this, I will send you free samples. I will send this out for free, because I want people to tell me, you know, if it's good. If you want to purchase it, that's good too. But if you want to try a personal size and just let me know how the flavor's looking, I'll do that. And if you're local to Long Island, I don't even have to ship it, even better. Come get some, or meet somewhere and I'll give it to you. So I'm just evening it out. Yeah, you know, the math turned out pretty good. That this is actually probably perfect. Although, on the next one, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do it in a circle because just judging by the thickness on this one and my past experiences with zucchini, I think that when this dries, because of the zucchini and the onion is so liquidy, it might actually crack. But maybe not because of the sea moss. We're just going to have to wait and see, and I'll do an update video. Maybe tomorrow this will be done. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. I think maybe, yeah, probably by tomorrow this will be either done or definitely I'll be able to flip it in the morning. I might even be able to flip it tonight, but I'll probably wait till the morning just to be sure. Flip it over on the dehydrator sheet, okay? Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Smelling good, and I bet it's gonna taste good too. How's that? Hold on, I'll check your text in a second. I gotta do this. Yeah, I'm with you on the sauce and the weed. You could put some of that in there. That other stuff though that you mentioned, I don't do that. Yeah, so I'm just holding up the to see the thickness of it, because when it dehydrates it's going to lose some moisture, but it looks pretty good. And then the next one I think I'll do a circle. Now my dehydrator is kind of old, it's a little beat up, so the top for some reason doesn't, the top two don't dehydrate as well as the rest, and the bottom two. So I'm going to try to fill up, you know, like the middle 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, and if I have to, I'll go 6 and 7 up there. So, you know, it still works good. Okay, that's on. Oh, okay, you are trolling. I thought so. Yeah, the cured meats, those are the worst of the worst. I mean, everybody knows that causes cancer, so haha, you got me. I didn't get triggered though. Haha. You didn't get me that good. Alright, so next batch. I'm just gonna. Oh shit, there's a little fucking weed cookie on that one. Is there any more? Hey, that's like finding $20 in your pocket. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna put this just like that. Okay. Do you ship your cannabis edibles? Yes. Yeah, if you want to get these are microdoses. This right here, I did the math once. I'm gonna say it's like 3 micrograms or something. It's like it's supposed to be below the level of perception on a microdose, so it's not gonna, you're not gonna feel like you know, like when people smoke and they're like, oh, they get baked and shit. That's not what this does. This is, if you look up microdose, you'll find out what it is. This is like what I would give a child. Okay? Now, if you go to masterluki.com and you click on where it says Lifefood, okay? Look. This was last year's menu. Okay. Yeah, smoking's not good. I can't do it because I'm an athlete. So this is my kitchen. I'm the only Lifefood certified chef on Long Island, and because of my, publicity or whatever, my pseudo fame from being on reality TV, um, and also because I'm dedicated, Dr. Jubb, who is the person who came up with the term Lifefood, he basically gave me free reign with Lifefood certified. So nobody else is Lifefood certified. That's my website. Lifefood, though, is a very specific ingredients list. You can see that on my website. If you go to masterluki.com, click on where it says Lifefood. Or you can just go straight to lifefoodcertified.com. Anyway, you can see the ingredients list there. And then you click on where it says 9 Hospital. That's where you order this. Okay? Now this is a 6-pack. So that's 6 microdoses. If you want to get some, because of the legal issue, I'm not going to sell you that. But if you go to 9 Hospital, you'll see how you can purchase. Basically, it says Medicard, and it's $50 because I'm basically making these custom orders. I'm not like a commercial, manufacturing plant. I'm making everything to order here. So it's a $50 minimum. Oh, hell yeah. Jacob. You're into Lifefood? Okay. You got the books, beauty. Amazing. And David Jubb, I spoke to him about 2 weeks ago, and he told me basically to ramp up my my publicity. He said to tag people in the political arena on Twitter so that I could get more eyes on me through that. And so, look, I'm making as much live videos as I can, and now I'll start to tag those people when I talk about health and stuff like that, because David Jubb is on the cutting edge of science and health and nutrition, so not a lot of people know about him and Lifefood. So my mission includes martial arts, but to bring attention to this, which is the future of health and longevity and sustainability. I don't have to explain it to you, But yeah, if you want some of my edibles or anything, it's basically a $50 minimum order, but you will get your money's worth. And if you want to talk more about it, you can message me anytime, or just comment if I could answer any questions. We're going back to this recipe here. It's 2 cups of sea moss. This right here, this ingredient, sea moss, is one of the major differences between what I do, Lifefood certified, and a recipe which is maybe raw living, that type of thing, raw living or raw vegan. They don't know about sea moss. A lot of them use cashew and other garbage for dough. They might even actually use grains, and that's really bad. But sea moss, you can't get a more healthy ingredient than sea moss. It's literally got every trace mineral for your blood, and as far as the recipe goes, it's really a powerhouse. To do the things which I mentioned before, which is give this bread a rubberiness and a chewiness. Alright, so here's my recipe that I'm working with right now, and we're going to see how it comes out. Anybody wants to try it out, I'll send it to you for free, as long as the shipping's not too bad. I'm willing to invest in you because you're investing in me. You're investing your time, your energy, and I appreciate that. You know, I want the feedback. You can also purchase it on lifefoodcertified.com, and anything that you want me to make, I can make. So we got 2 cups sea moss, we got 1 cup chia, that's already in there. I'm going to do 1 cup zucchini, 1 cup onion, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vinegar. And that's it. It's kind of a simple recipe, and I purposely, you know, I'm trying to make things simple because I'm on a budget, and I want people to be able to do this, you know, at home and stuff like that. So hopefully this is like a recipe that, besides the sea moss, you could probably get everything at Walmart or your local market. You know, the sea moss we got locally here too is at a Caribbean market, because it's used in Jamaican medicines. They put sea moss in smoothies and stuff like that. So this sea moss was gifted to me by my man Doc P. Shout out to Doc P. He's amazing. My family, Life Food family. Okay. Garbage. Now I'm pretty sure. Oh shit! You know, I doubled up everything. That's why I forgot to write that. So the chia stays the same. Everything else gets doubled. We got 2 cups zucchini, 2 cups onion, and then we do have 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Right? Oh, and 1 cup pumpkin seed. I forgot that. 1 cup pumpkin seed. Alright. So let's see how much zucchini this is. I'm going to cut it in half first, so it fits good in the... It fits well in the measuring cup. Little brown area here. Maybe I'll cut that off. And then yeah, so David Jubb's active on the West Coast. He's doing a lot of work with I would call it contract law, because you know, the world that we live in is commercial. So he's really been training me how to become a brand and become a major brand, which you know, I'm gonna do. So we got 2 cups here, and that's why I'm doing recipes like this. Well, that's why I'm focusing on this recipe in particular right now, because pizza is... Did you know pizza is the #1 recipe in the world? Pizza is the most popular food in the world. How's that? Especially in the Western world. Maybe if we go, just because of the numbers, if we go to China, maybe pizza's not as popular. But in America, pizza is... and the whole thing with pizza is it's getting a bad rap these days because of the ingredients, and because it's so toxic, the regular pizza, the way people make it, so bad. So this is a big one for me to hit it on 2 levels, where it's a popular recipe, but it's also a healthy recipe. So it's kind of like doing it in my arena in martial arts. It's kind of like doing an exercise that is really power building plus sports specific. Alright. Got 2 teaspoons. Now if you notice, I haven't even tasted this recipe yet. I'm fasting. So I need people to taste it for me. And I have people to do that, but could always use more. Hold on a second. I'm going to read that in a second. We got the last two ingredients here. Oh, I forgot the pumpkin seeds. Hold on. Pumpkin seeds, pumpkin seeds. Gotta put the pumpkin seeds. Yay, yay. 1 cup pumpkin. Jeez, I'm running out of pumpkin seeds. Shoot. Okay. What's up, Al? Jacob, I've been learning so much from different sources, but David Jubb is the best. And the way that he connects science and spirituality, right? Isn't that amazing? That's basically my religion. And it's based on native teachings, but it's updated, right? That this is the temple, and then you have the world, which is an extension of that. So Lifefood not only is the healthiest, but it's also the best for the environment. And then the proof is that I'm gonna be performing, in my arena fighting. So if what Dr. Jubb has taught me is accurate, and I'm doing the right thing, then I'm gonna do good in my fighting. Based on performance. So let's see. Take 2. If you could only smell. Now I'm fasting, but let me tell you something. I'm tempted. Not really, but I'll tell you why. I was actually thinking about it this morning because I was walking to the grocery, the grocer, or whatever. And I was thinking because, sometimes when I go to the grocery, I treat myself. I'll get a package of dried figs. Hey, my son Max, can you gift me the Harley hitter on the computer account? That's the first text I got from him in like 2 weeks. He wants money. Hey, that's my money, man. I want to get my kids back, and I and I know that that's what it's gonna take is money. What's up, Matt? I'm making pizza right now, and I was just saying that it smells really good, and I want to eat, but the thing is that I was thinking about it on my way to the grocers today, because what I did sometimes I would bring my backpack. I would put all my stuff in my backpack, all the groceries, and then I would buy a pack of dried figs, and then the 7-Eleven is right next to the grocer. So on my way home, I would get a small coffee, and I would take the figs, and I would chew a fig, and then sip the coffee, and the coffee would be black, so it'd be no sweetener, but the sweetness of the figs combined with the coffee, it was like, oh, so good. But so I'm walking to the grocers, and now I'm fasting that right now. I've been fasting. I ate on Monday morning, so that's the last time. The last time I ate was Monday morning. I'm going to explain right now, Jacob, what type of fasting I'm doing, because the first thing I did. Now, if you think of fasting, the word fasting, it basically means abstaining. So you can fast from TV. You could fast. On the original program that I learned from Dr. Jubb, we fasted from, things that were non-life food. Yeah, the fig and the coffee caramel, definitely. Another good one, a good flavor right there, as far as caramel goes, would be apricot. When I make ice cream, I put apricot in, and that makes it taste like butterscotch. Oh yeah. That's your secret ingredient for Lifefood butterscotch is apricot. Anyway, on the original program that I learned from Dr. Jubb, it was called Lifefood Nutritional Fasting. So basically, it was all life food, and the fasting was from things that are non-life food. Namely, you have legumes, which is all beans. You have flesh, of course, animal products, not life food. You have grains, and you also have hybrid starches, which are the fruits that have been manipulated by man. Namely, you have bananas. You have corn, which is also a grain, but a cereal or whatever. So you have corn, you have carrots. I said bananas. You have beets, potatoes, carrots. I said pineapple, dates. Those are things that a vegan might eat, but they're not life food. So the first part of my cleanse, guys, Jacob, the first part of the fasting was life food only. So I fasted from all that other stuff, and I did that. I've been doing that on and off since 2005 when I started training under Dr. David Jubb. I strictly went 100% life food 5 years ago, in 2015. 2014 was a transition, and I had certain things in my life happen because of my brain injury from Ultimate Fighting. I became very sensitive to chemicals in food. So I learned that when I ended up in jail after eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And of course, things are multiple caused, but there's certain things that you have control over and certain things that you don't have control over. In a fight, you might get hit, but then how do you react to that? Do you crumble? In my case, I had a stressful situation involving my kids, and I reacted by yelling. And that it set off a chain of events that ended up with me in jail, because I couldn't react in a way that was constructive. And that has to do with brain function, and how if you're healthy, you can get into the frontal cortex, where you think about planning and positive things that can happen, instead of getting stuck in the medulla. I think it's the medulla. No, the amygdala. The amygdala, which is like, what's wrong with the situation? Uh, yeah, okay, Jacob, look, cooking is not natural. You're right about that. But look, we live in a world where we have cooking. So I've gone a little soft on that issue, the cooking. Now this recipe, as you can see, no cooking. It's just dehydrated. But there's other recipes like my sushi recipe. I do cook the quinoa, and uh, it's quinoa. Okay, so it's not like rice. It's a lesser of two evils, and I wouldn't even call it evil at all. I would say, from a scale of 1 to 10, the cooked quinoa is still a 7. And according to one study, if you have a meal that's 78% life food, strict life food, uncooked, you're not going to have an immune response. So if you have a little cooked quinoa, it's not going to fucking kill you. Okay? But if you have wheat, like happened to me, or rice, or anything like that, you're walking that razor's edge, and on one side of that razor's edge is fucking death. And I did end up in jail. I almost died because of peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which seemingly so innocuous. And if you talk to my parents, they see no problem with the way they live. But I'm fighting for my life here, and I'm the only one. Quinoa is amazing. I'm glad you agree. Something about quinoa, when I eat it, oh my god, it's like I feel it deep down inside. So I'm gonna spread this, and I'll keep talking about what I'm doing right now, because I pulled a muscle in here, and I was stretching it out on the way to the market, and I was really feeling where the pulled muscle is. Now look, everything is connected. Nothing is separate, right? We're connected to everything. Everything's connected to us. And biofeedback is the science where all the cells come from one cell. When mom and dad came together and made you, that was two cells becoming one, and that one cell split into every other cell of your body. So when I have a pulled muscle down here, that's not just a pulled muscle, that's connected to my colon. And that's the last part of my cleansing process, because I did the Lifefood nutritional fasting, and that has a major focus not just on the menu, but on liver flushing. So I completely flushed out my liver. And that's the organ that cleans the blood, which can then clean all the other organs. So once you get the menu down, you can actually start to go in and clean up. But you can't clean up, in my opinion, without fixing the menu first, because it's just going to get filthy again. So, I cleaned up the menu, I flushed out my liver, now I can clean the intestine. I'm doing a special tea, which pulls material out from the cell, out from in between the cell. My colon down there is very inflamed. And that's why I pulled my muscle, because the colon is putting pressure on the inside of my hip here. It's right, so the colon comes, this is the right side of my body. The large intestine comes up, around, down, and then back. So as it comes back to the butthole, this is called the sigmoid colon. It's the last part of the intestine. I've had shit there my whole life, basically. And it's inflamed because it never could rest. So if you could imagine a balloon that can stretch, but then if you fill up that balloon, it can't really stretch the way it's supposed to. So I pulled that muscle. It's where the inner part of my hip, of my leg, connects to my hip. I went to go sweep somebody with a butterfly sweep, and the guy sunk his weight down. And he was about 200 pounds solid. I'm talking about Captain America here, and then so that pulled the muscle. And then I got caught in a knee bar, and when the guy extended the knee bar, my hip popped, and then I've been sore for 2 weeks. So I ate like 2 days in the last 2 weeks, but other than that, I'm not eating, and I'm drinking this tea to pull the material out from my colon, and so that my hip can heal, and then I'm gonna be fighting on Fridays now, so I'm basically gonna do what I can to not eat until then, till next Friday, so that I can just train and get ready, because I haven't trained in 2 weeks. I've just been healing. Oh shit, I wanted to do a circle on this one. Alright, the next one I'll do a circle. Let me see if I can remember. Question. Someone hit me with the inverted heel hook yesterday. I heard a little pop. It didn't hurt, but today I feel it like a spasm. It hurts in my knee. Oh jeez. I'm sorry to hear that, my guy. That worries me. That inverted heel hook, that's I'm glad. What'd you say? There was a pop or no pop? It didn't. Oh, you heard a little pop. Yeah. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, that's what happened to my hip. I heard a little pop, or I felt a little pop, and then I've been sore for 2 weeks, and I haven't really started to stretch it because I know I should though, but I know the reason why it got hurt is because of what I was just explaining about the congestion in my colon area on top of my hip. And, you know, in health, we're supposed to be flexible. And, of course, we're dealing with the martial arts here, so eventually somebody's got to die in a fight to the death, right? You don't stop fighting until somebody's dead. That's the spirit of martial arts. So, some people say there's no such thing as accidents. But I think some of this math, if everything is math, some of this math is so complex that it's hard for us to see like how things can possibly happen or how they do happen. So, you know, you just got to be careful, I guess. Learn from the experience how you got caught in the heel hook. Practice your defense. And make sure you're working with somebody who's aware of that. Now, I teach power hold grappling. So, if I got you in an inverted heel hook, I wouldn't try to tap you out. I would try to hold the position. I would try to hold the position for points. And the longer I hold it, up to 45 seconds, the more points I get. So, there's something to be said for that as well. And I know we spoke once about me coming up to Canada. I think you're in Canada, right? So I'll teach seminars up there and have events so people will become aware of this new, safer way to do martial arts. So there's that. Put some castor oil on it, I guess, and that could help ease the inflammation. And you know, I'll always just say that cleansing is going to help everything. So that's something to consider as far as your homework outside of the gym. Jacob says, do heart work and then no one can come near you if you stand in 0 point. Okay. Let's see here. That's pretty good. You know what? Actually, right here is a little thick. I'm just going to pull this over here. Just a little detail work on this pie right here. And then I only have one more onion, so maybe that will be it. But I could also just do one without the onion. We'll see. So I'm going to put this in the dehydrator now. Ooh, I know what I'll do. I'll do half an onion. I'll do half an onion. How's that? Okay. Okay. Let's go here. We'll do half an onion. This way I can get at least 2 more pies out of it, out of the onion. And we'll that will be like somebody who doesn't like the flavor of onion. I don't know. Does that exist? Does anybody not like onion? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so the sea moss, I guess we're gonna stick with the 2 cups. 2 cups sea moss. One cup chia. Okay. What do we got? 2 teaspoons vinegar. Whoops. 2 teaspoons salt. Okay, I'm gonna get a zucchini here. Yeah, so it looks like I have ingredients for 3 more pies. I'm gonna do 1 with half an onion, or 2 with half an onion, and then the last one's gonna be 0 onion. So we'll see how that all comes out, and I'll just make sure to put them in order so I know which one's which. Like I'll put the onion ones on top in the dehydrator, and as we go down, so I'll know that the first 2 is a full onion, the next 2 is half an onion, and the last one is 0 onion. And then my taste testers will have to let me know which one is the best, and then we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so look, we're getting into it. We got 3 pies so far. I don't think I have to measure the zucchini to make sure that it's a cup. I'm pretty sure that that's fine. 1 zucchini is 2 cups, or is it 2 cups? Yeah, 2 cups. 1 zucchini is 2 cups. Okay, so that's fine. I don't have to measure it, right? And what do we got here? Oh shoot, I'm running out of pumpkin seeds. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do half a cup pumpkin seed. Damn, I ran out. Alright, and onion. Okay, so it's half an onion, right? Let's throw that right in. Save this one. And I believe that is it. Just move this out of the way. Garbage. Alright. Okay. Cha-ching. Uh, Yeah, so I was thinking on my way to the market today, I was like, oh, geez, because I was talking to somebody last night, and I go, look, um, she's going to be doing some cleansing, hold on, I'm just scraping the tamper off. So she's talking about, I want you to make me sushi, because she's on the stage 1 part of the cleanse, which is the menu. She's like, oh, I want to eat the sushi. I said, oh, damn, you're making me hungry. I haven't eaten since Monday morning. She goes, oh, we'll eat something. So, I'm sitting in bed last night, trying to fall asleep, or whatever. And, I'm like, oh, shit, maybe, whatever. I was thinking about eating. Because, what's the harm? It'll make me feel good, blah, blah, blah. But then today, I'm walking to the market. Now, I went to the bathroom. So, what's happening is, I'll just try not to be too graphic, but it's, because there's stuff that's, like, been stuck inside me, right? At a cellular level. We're talking about a cellular level here. That's what this tea is pulling out. Stuff that's stuck inside me. So when people do fasting, the body naturally wants to go into autolysis, meaning it wants to heal itself. It wants to break down the stuff that's not supposed to be there. Okay? So if people do fasting, they can heal themselves. But a lot of times people, they do regular, like water fasting or juice fasting, and they just stop going to the bathroom, and you end up with like this stuff that needs to come out, but it's either going to take a long time, like, people start to get cleansing reactions, headaches, they feel like shit, because this stuff is just sitting there, and it's stuck, right? Because that's what it is, it's stuck in the body, and what's going to make it come out if you're not pushing material through the intestine? So, if you're just eating, your body's going to take its energy and digest, so you're not going to really do the cleansing. But when you do fasting, the body can do cleansing, but then you need something to pull or to push the material, the stuff that's coming out. It has to be pushed out. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there. And then some people, they do things like the master cleanse or whatever, and then they end up shitting at some point, but they have to go through a lot. So what I'm doing is like that, except more scientific, because we have elements in this tea that I'm drinking which are clathrating, meaning it's going to attach electrically to material and pull it out. How's that? Circle. So I'll just show you what it looks like in the bottle. And you can kind of see on the bottom here, it's black. Then when I shake it up, okay. This is called Omega. Omega meaning last. It's the last part of the cleanse. Pulls this material out from in between the cells, around the cells. So when I went to the bathroom this morning, or when I've been going to the bathroom, okay, now I said I was going to put this down here, right? But let me do this. Hello. Boom. Boom. Okay, so we got one onion, half an onion. Alright, so long story short, It was kind of sticky when it came out. It didn't come out normal like it's supposed to, which is smooth. It wasn't a smooth bowel movement this morning. Because, I mean, it's still, it still felt great coming out. And then so as I'm walking to the market and I'm feeling like kind of empty. Now there's still stuff in there because I drank some more tea last night. So the tea that came out this morning, I don't think was that tea. It might have been the tea that I drank the night before. I'm not quite sure. I'm supposed to keep drinking it until it comes out the way it went in, which is black. Anyway, I felt so good. And not just because of the marijuana. I felt good that I was empty, and it was a feeling of accomplishment. And I thought about my mission. I thought about my mission about fighting. Now, in fighting, we're talking about very small differences that could be the difference between victory and not winning. Could also mean the difference between being safe and being injured, right? Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry guys, I missed a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go back here. Okay, Matt says I gave up the heel hook because I thought it wasn't in danger. Okay. Sweet dehydrator. Okay, yeah, that's the Excalibur. Okay, you like onion on pizza? Me too. Peppers too. Nice. Microdose mushrooms. Look, if I could get microdose mushrooms, I would love to. But they're more expensive than weed. So weed's something that I can afford daily right now. I mean, I'm going to be running out soon, and I think that's the universe is telling me to give it up for a while. But mushrooms, oh, the best. Okay. Jacob's getting a Vitamix. Congrats. Talking about mushrooms. Amazing, amazing. The law of nature, Jacob, is over everything. So if you're abiding by natural law, which is really science, in my opinion, you don't have to worry about any man-made law because it's literally under. Natural law is on top of everything. It's like karma. You know what I'm saying? You abide by nature, by natural law. It's not gonna. No man-made law can affect you. You do have to be careful though, because some people who are eating flesh and stuff like that, they might be sick in the head, and like if you're rescuing somebody in the water, you have to go feet first, because if they try to drag you down, you literally have to kick them in the face or kick them in the chest so that they don't drown you too. So just be careful. Matt, the reason why craving is at night is because of the mold. The mold and the microorganism more active at night. But that's when you literally need to sleep the most. You need to bring that strength from inside yourself and not get it from somewhere else. So that's what I was about to say with the feeling I had this morning, because not only do I have to be empty for safety, for performance, but this performance is going to lead to something that is more valuable than a temporary high from eating. So any pleasure that I might get from eating is not going to be worth giving up or postponing my future success. And I have to do fasting right now just because, without me going into too much detail about it, for my performance, for my thinking, fasting is where I'm at right now. Pumpkin seeds is good for parasites. Yeah. You also got to flush your liver. Okay, and we could talk about that. But let me finish this recipe here. We got a little bit of pumpkin seeds left. It's not a full thing, but that's all right. And let's see. Let me check my message here. Okay. Yeah, so the reason why parasites are there is because of the environment. So the liver is what's going to clean the environment through the bile. So if you don't have a cleaned out liver, the food is going to be kind of like mucky because you need bile to combine with your food, and the elements that are in the bile is it acts like scrubbing bubbles for the intestine. And until you scrub it, that's going to be Paradise City. Parasite City. But people get scared about parasites. They can't live in a clean place. So don't think about parasites. Think about it as a kitchen, and you just got to clean the kitchen. And then it's like, look, if I have a clean floor in my kitchen, if I drop this shit on the floor, I could just pick it up. Or I could eat it off the floor. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like Lifefood, it breaks down into healthy bacteria. So even if something is old, it's still good. Jacob says you have to. Oh yeah. So the gallbladder is the emptying. It's where the liver empties itself. So if you do a flush for your liver, which you have to flush the liver, now you still have to flush the liver. I think it's just less oil. It's less oil for a liver flush than a gallbladder flush. But yeah, you can still do that. Been doing fasting and raw food for many years, but raw food's not enough. No, you're right. You're right, because that's just step one. Step two is to actually go in and fix the body. And yeah, and then that's the cleansing part. But you really did the hard part, I would say, because the hard part is getting started, right? In any endeavor. Once you get some momentum and you start to feel the benefits, you can keep going easier. It's like some type of physical law. You get that it's a type of energy. Spinning energy. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So this is half an onion again. Should I do quarter onion? No, I'll do no onion on the next one, and then that'll be the final recipe. Did I also put... I think I gotta put this in. Too much talking, not enough cooking. I forgot where I was. I got ingredients here. I'm not sure if I put this in yet. I don't think so. I think that was the last recipe. That's cool you did bodybuilding, man. I'm trying to... I'm just doing one thing at a time. I figure if I do the cleansing and get an 8-pack, which I'm almost there. See if you could see. See, I used to have to pull to see that cut, but it's actually coming in by itself. I wanted to get rid of all the fat so that I could get this 8-pack, and then I could put muscle on top of that. See, a lot of people have muscle, but if I'm going to stand out, I'm not going to be big and beefy, but I think I can get as ripped as anyone. So I wanted to not just heal myself, but also get an 8-pack for show, you know? And then of course I got the performance thing with the fighting, so yeah, I watch bodybuilding videos sometimes, like to see although I have kind of my own routine, I do appreciate, how tough it is to constantly push yourself, whether it's bodybuilding or fighting or strength training or whatever. That was easy. A lot of shit here. I'm gonna move this. Okay. Just scrape this. Scraping the tamper again. Sorry you're not seeing the action there. Scraping the tamper, which is the plunger of the Vitamix. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. And like I always say, Vitamix is the only blender I recommend for that reason. Because especially in a recipe like this, which is a dough, you need to be able to push the material down into the blade. Alright. Spread this. Let me do it in a circle. A pizza, pizza. Just like my ancestors made. Except we're fixing it. Fixing it up for the kids, you know? The future leaders. Um, oh, okay, hold on. Jacob, I get the 8-pack when I fast and do smoothies with superfoods and get the HGH going. But now I did the opposite and ate all the stuff and I saw the body be fat in like 1 week. Oh, jeez. So amazing how the body reacts to things and how I can observe it. Nice. What's up? Yeah, so, Jacob, just before I go to the next comment, this week coming up, I'm going to be back in training. Haven't trained in 2 weeks because of this tea that I'm drinking. And I'll talk to you in a second, Flip. I'm just talking to Jacob now. This tea that I just showed you, what happens is it pulls the crap to it, and now so that lump is sitting there, and now I have an energy shift which is too dangerous to fight with, and that's basically how I got hurt in my hip because of the situation in my colon. So I haven't worked out since I pulled my hip 2 weeks ago. I've just been fasting and doing this cleanse, and I'm gonna start training again this week. Once I empty out, like Sunday, Monday maybe, Tuesday I'll start training again, and then I'm gonna be going on tour. Flip, I'm gonna be going on tour with my new mixed martial arts promotion. It's called Master Luki's League of Champions, and it's a new scoring system that's based on action instead of damage. So I'll just show you a quick thing here. Where is it? I got a folder here. Here we go. Thanks for sticking with me since Tough 2, man. Yeah, it's gonna be lit for sure. So I was calling it Luke Kumo's League of Assassins, but then I started dating a girl who owns a martial arts school, and it's a traditional martial arts school. So those programs are very kid oriented, the traditional karate and stuff like that. So she had a lot of kids, and she said, parents won't put their kids in the League of Assassins. So I changed it to the League of Champions, and I call it Master Luki's League of Champions. And the safest way is the name of my tour, and Power Hold is the name of the scoring system. So instead of damaging each other, we're going for points. Alright? So, as soon as the match begins, every match is 5 minutes, by the way. Every match is 5 minutes. There's no 3 5-minute rounds. It's one match. It's 5 minutes long, or it could be multiple matches, but each match is 5 minutes, okay? As soon as the match starts, you start getting points. From 0 to 100, or from 1 to 100 per second. So if you're just standing there, you're not doing anything, you're still getting points. Alright? You showed up, you deserve recognition. You deserve to be rewarded. Okay, now we're in a sport, so one person's got to get the higher score, but you're both champions. I'm not saying one person's a winner, one person's a loser. You have a high score champion, you have one champion, you have two champions. You have a high score champion. Okay? Every match 5 minutes. At the end of the match, you're going to get a score from 0 to 100. Okay, so you could imagine maybe a running meter, okay, like a heart monitor. Now you start to do stuff, your points will go up. Example, you do a punch, boom, your points go up. Maybe that's a 100-point punch, maybe it's less. It's all up to interpretation. We're going to have scorekeepers. Used to call them judges, we'll call them scorekeepers. Now, my ultimate goal. There used to be that's all my equipment, by the way. I'm going to hand wash it for the tour, because a lot of it doesn't fit in the laundromat. So, for example, the Hogu chest pad. I have enough Hogus here for about 10 people. Because I got all different sizes, right? I got headgears, I got gloves and elbow pads, I got knee pads, shin pads, and even boots, foot pads. So, where was I going with that? Oh, I just got distracted, my bad. So I gotta hand wash that stuff. Okay, so, now, say you get somebody now you have punches, you have kicks, you have what they used to call submissions, okay? I call them power hold. So, we'll just use a rear naked choke, for example. Okay? Now, rear naked choke, I'm going to say that's potentially a 100-point move. Right? Because, that's a finisher. But say you hold that. Instead of making the person tap out, you hold it. Now your points go up and they stay up. So ultimately, I want to have an algorithm that's connected to motion capture cameras where you can be fighting and have your score going up on a scoreboard, going up per second. So you're fighting and your score is going up. And just imagine like the most beautiful, grand electric display with coins dropping and stuff like that, because I'm going to turn it into a business. Just like the fight business now, I'm just updating it, okay? Now look, it's not against the rules to tap out. And we'll go over more of this in more videos. So I'm going to be... so the other thing is, in the arena, each person sitting there and each person watching at home can have an app where you're the scorekeeper. And you could be using your fingers on a digital board like your phone or a tablet, and you could be giving people scores with your finger movements. And this is a prototype where I use like a pen or a marker, and then I just make, so you have 5 minutes here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as you're watching the action, maybe you make little notations, little marks, and then go back at the end and you say, oh, this looks like he got a, fucking 68 or whatever. Prototype. And then I have a ranking system, an MMA ranking system that's based on mythical beasts. Okay? The first one is the Bull Pegasus, teaches fitness. The second one is the Land Shark. Yeah. It's my life. I'm glad you like it. And I want to thank you for sticking with me, since The Ultimate Fighter. And today on this show, I'm going to do one more pie of my new recipe. And if you want to taste it, I can ship it to you. If you want to purchase it, it's up for sale on my website, masterluki.com. We'll take you to lifefoodcertified.com. And anything else that you guys want me to make, I can do custom orders. This was made for my man, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. He called me the other day. If you ever want to connect with me, all my information is up on my website. Go to the About page. It's got my social media, even my cell phone, okay, my mailing address. And I just try to be there for whatever kind of questions you might have or help or whatever. Anyway, he called up. He wanted to know if I could ship my sushi, because that's for sale on my website, along with my Dino chocolate and a couple other recipes. I have an MMA catalog. So, I'm trying to get this channel to be monetized. And so I appreciate that you're watching, because if I get up to 4,000 view hours, which I'm almost halfway there, I can monetize the channel without ads. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to have like ads for bullshit on my channel. Just so you know about, I'll say it again. In 2006, when I came off The Ultimate Fighter Season 2, I was approached by a company called Zions, which was partly owned by people in the UFC, I believe. So they had a connection there, and they offered me 40 grand per year, 40 grand per year to promote Zions, and I turned it down because I didn't want to be promoting bullshit to my fans. So I don't want ads on my channel. Anything that I sell is coming from me. It's got my logo on it, which is like a stamp. It's a stamp of approval. If you get Master Lukey's stamp on it, you know that it's only the healthiest shit. I'm not going to be compromising your health, my health, and the reason why is because of a few reasons, you know, besides the morality of it. At the end of the day, I have to fight for my life. And I don't do steroids, so everything that I do as an athlete, as a health coach, is for that. It's for a natural performance. And not only do I have to fight against other fighters, I have to teach fighting to kids. I have to teach fighting to people who don't want to be injured. Now, some fighters, they don't give a shit. They'll fucking step in the pocket and throw caution to the wind, you know, and then they might get knocked out, but then they're going to go to the after party and they're going to drink alcohol and maybe do drugs, and they'll have a nice steak. And what's going to happen to them at the end of their life, we don't know. But I'm here for a legacy. I'm here for the people who aren't even born yet. Okay? Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Flip. So yeah, there's a spiritual component of it, and also I think there's a science to it, because they've done studies, and what happens is the wild herbs, the wild crafted food, is actually more nutritious than the farm raised. So maybe I'll even perform better than guys who are on supplements and stuff like that, and steroids and junk food and shit like that. Maybe I'll actually perform better than them. I think if I apply a smart strategy, I could outpoint some people. They might be bigger, faster, stronger, but in the end, even if I get my butt whooped, I won't be injured, God willing. You know, based on this point system, I won't be injured, and I'll come out the better for it, because, like I said, even if I don't win the high score, I'm still winning because it's my league, right? Fuck, now I forgot if I put salt. Do me a favor, if you're watching. Did I put salt in yet? I think I did. Just let me know if I put salt and vinegar in yet, because I think I did, but I might not have. I'm doing multitasking, so I might have lost track. I did. Alright, you're the best. Thank you. Alright. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this broadcast. I'm trying to get to 4,000 view hours, so that's why I started doing the live stream. And then, you know, when I go on tour, so this, well, today's Friday, not next Friday. Next Friday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be fighting guys from my gym. So, just so you know, I've been training since COVID started. We put garbage bags up on the windows, and the other guys who I train with are military and law enforcement. So they're essential. They're basically allowed to train. But I want to get them on camera fighting me on Friday. So I haven't trained in 2 weeks because of my butt cheek, basically the inner butt cheek, right underneath the colon. that got pulled on a butterfly sweep against one of these fucking huge Captain America guys, right? Then I got into a knee bar, and the guy, because my hip was tight, it popped or whatever, and I've been out since. Also, I've been doing this cleanse, so I wanted to take time off and not re-injure anything and not injure anything else. So anyway, I'm starting training again Monday or Tuesday, and then Friday I'm going to get some of these guys from the military to spar with me or to fight with me in this system that I just showed you on camera. I'm going to hopefully be able to live broadcast that. If they don't want to be on camera, I will figure out how to get that footage out there. Because I'm going to use that footage to sell a free seminar to other gyms. And I got that idea because one of the guys that I used to train with has his own gym now, upstate New York. I'm in Long Island, New York, by the way. So upstate New York, and he, he's complaining. He was complaining about the gyms not being allowed to open, and then what he started doing was doing social distance classes where everybody's got a fucking square. You can't touch each other. You got to wear a mask. But he also said that because he works with law enforcement and they're essential, those people are in a special class. And so I'm gonna connect with him and other gyms through this video and go to their gyms, and that's how I'm gonna start my tour. And my ultimate goal as far as the tour is to go across America and fight everybody with this new system, promoting events along the way. So I go into your town, I say, fucking Ronaldo the black belt, I challenge you to fight me, blah, blah, blah. Now, he thinks he's going to beat me. I say, I'm going to beat you. Let's put money on it. And then we get local businesses to put together a prize pot. And then based on the point system, we're going to get paid a certain amount. Like a percentage of our points is going to get multiplied by the prize pot. And then Ronaldo's going to get money and I'm going to get money. And that's how I'm going to fund my tour, besides selling things on my website and monetizing my channel. What the Flip says, I used to train judo and jiu-jitsu. I'd like to have an amateur bout one day. My question is, should I go back to training in judo? Is it effective in MMA in your opinion? Yes and no. No, because they're going to train you with the kimono. And I don't train with the kimono at all, and I don't recommend training with the kimono at all. But if you could train no-gi judo, and you just have to keep in mind that it's hard to grab somebody if they don't want to be grabbed. That's the thing. Ronda Rousey's downfall was when people realized all they had to do was just not let her grab them. Now, if you look at somebody who's successful in grappling in MMA, they end up using the clinch against the cage to get a takedown, or grabbing the leg. It's very few and far between that you're going to see a judo type throw work in the middle of the cage or the middle of the ring, because especially when people get sweaty, they're hard to grasp, so just keep that in mind. I know judo does have double leg takedowns and single leg takedowns, and I think any training is going to be beneficial, especially the Nuwaza type judo training where they let you go on the floor. So maybe one day you can, when I get to your area, we'll get you in my tournament. How's that? Where you at, by the way? All right, pie number 5. Right? Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Pie number 5, Master Luki pizza. So I'm gonna package it, and I think I'm gonna go with the circle, right? Because that's pizza. You're in Texas? Hell yeah! I've been to Texas. I fought UFC 69 there. Good time. And I'll be back. So this is gonna go on the pizza pie, I think. Let's see. Easy as pie. Easy as pie. Pizza pie. Booyah! A pizza. Okay. Oh shit. Clean up on aisle 3. Alright. So, I'm going to scrape off the tamper. I do use judo, by the way. I have 1 or 2 judo moves that I go off the overhook and I enter my hip and I do I do an off balance with the hip and then I reach for the far ankle. I learned that move from Matt Serra for my last fight. For my last fight, we practiced that move probably 1,000 times. I got an overhook. On the same side I enter the hip, I kick the leg up, and then as the person's off balance, I reach for the far ankle. And that's one of my best moves as far as takedowns go. The only thing is the overhook, when I go for the overhook, a lot of the guys, they use the underhook and then they single leg me. So, every move has a advantage and disadvantage, right? But judo's amazing. You know, definitely it wouldn't hurt to practice. Although, just like any art, just like any sport, you have to consider the how the rules have affected the techniques. So, in judo, they make you wear the kimono, and they don't really do a lot of groundwork as far as competition goes. So just keep that in mind when you're training. And then the striking too, you know, as far as MMA goes. But you know, it's like you're making a piece of art, a painting, and you're asking me, can I use red or green? Yes, you can. And you can make a really nice painting even if you only have one fucking crayon. You know what I'm saying? You can make a really nice piece of art even if you only have one color. And right here we have one recipe. It's pizza dough. And to me, this is the #1 recipe. Now, it's not my first recipe. My first recipe was activated pumpkin seeds. And those are, I believe, still available on my website, lifefoodcertified.com. That I went with first because it was so easy, and people are crazy about protein. So I was like, you know what, let me just go with that. The pumpkin seeds, they're activated, they're high protein, they're considered a superfood because they are prebiotic and probiotic. So you eat that, you're literally changing the lining of your intestine and the bacteria that live there. So the way that I make them with salt water, I soak them in salt water that I make, and then dehydrate them, so they end up tasting like popcorn. And they're easy to take with you. And that I did 3 weeks. I ate that only 3 weeks. I literally didn't eat anything besides my activated pumpkin seeds, which I call dino scales. I called them that for my son Max. He's, you know, a little older now, but he was at one point crazy about dinosaurs. So as far as marketing goes, I call them dino scales. They're little and green, and dino scales should be on my website still. That was my first recipe. The next one was uh, power sushi. That's the only one I can't really ship right now because it should be refrigerated. But I want to open a restaurant around that. Power sushi, that's a winner. After the power sushi, I started doing Emperor's ice cream, which I believe I have some live streams about that. I have the cheese, which I haven't come up with the name for that. Maybe Dino cheese. That's like a cheddar wheel. I have the King of New York. That's a lemon ice. I also make a chocolate ice, King of New York. And then this one, maybe Power Pizza. I haven't figured out a name for it yet, or just pizza. We'll see. We'll see. And I actually want to move this up because heat rises, right? The ones that are on top are going to get dehydrated, and I want to make sure that all these get dehydrated. So I got the first one empty, the second, third, fourth, fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to number 6 filled up, and I'm gonna do this to keep the heat in. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but it's the Power Rangers, so. Master Luki brand is like Power Ranger cereal. Healthy Power Ranger cereal. It's the cutting edge of science and marketing. Piece of hair on my hand. Alright, so great names for the foods. Thank you. What the flip. Thanks a lot. I think my brand is gonna take off, so that's my plan. You know, I remember last week I saw something. It said, your biggest fan is somebody you don't even know, and your biggest hater is somebody who's close to you. So, not this Monday. I don't think it's this Monday. It might be next Monday. It might actually be this Monday. I gotta check. My father owns this building. I'm in the basement. In 2015 is when I moved in here, and I was homeless at that point because when I left the Ultimate Fighting Championship, you know, not at that exact moment, but soon after that, I lost everything. I got divorced. The wife took the kids. She's in the richest part of, the wealthiest part of Long Island, the North Shore, and I'm on the South Shore. And I make about $100 a week, teaching a few private lessons, and that's enough for me to eat, which I'm not even eating anymore, barely. And it's enough for me to get some things for my kids when I see them on Saturdays. Is when I have court-ordered supervised visitation where my mom is the supervisor. This week it's Sunday instead of Saturday, but my dad built this place for me, so not that he can tell me what to do, because I've been homeless before and I've lived in the gym before, and you know, I'll do anything to be successful. So there's not a single thing that I wouldn't do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody, and I'm not going to hurt myself. But as far as sacrificing, you know, uh, things. Anyway, because my dad is providing this place for me to be right now, where I have internet, that I could do this show and stuff. Uh, my mother recommended that I go to school for massage therapy. So they think Master Luki's going to be a bust. My dad on Monday said, how long are you going to go until you quit? When are you going to give up on your hopes and dreams? And I said, Dad, I would rather die. I literally would rather die than give up. Because that is death to me. And whether that's brainwashing from fighting, that the samurai, the training is that, failure is death. If you don't win the battle, if you're fighting to the death and you don't win, you're dead. So there's that. But then also the pain of not being with my kids, not being able to provide for them, knowing that they're being fed junk food and possibly even psychotropic drugs, because when you give the kids sugar and grains and things like that and they can't pay attention in school, they got to give them Adderall, right? So it's just fucking nightmare every day when I wake up. And that's why I need I say need, that's why I do marijuana, not only because of the brain injury that there's likely scarring, and I do have a scan of my brain. There has to be a special, like, I can't put the disc in my computer and read it out. I have to take it to another doctor to actually get a printout of what's going on there. But I think maybe there's some scarring, where there's like blockage of flow, and there's also the brain of the gut. So as I'm healing, I'm getting more neurotransmitter production by those healthy bacteria, and we can talk about that another time. But basically, all that is one thing. But then my economic situation, being in this moldy, dingy basement, and being separated from my family and my best friends, the pain of that and the trauma, I'd rather fucking die than live like this. And that's why I'm fighting with everything that I have. That's why I haven't eaten since Monday, because this is literally everything to me. My success, and it's not easy to not eat. It's probably one of the hardest things, because training is hard. Bodybuilding is hard. But bodybuilders can't go without eating. So they're fucking weak. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. It's harder to do hard training and fast than it is to just do hard training. Let's say that. So you have the discipline of eating healthy. Then I did the cleansing. Now I'm up to the final stage, which I had to build up to. Okay, so I'm not judging anybody. And I shouldn't have said what I just said. But look, I'm not judging anybody because it's taken me a long time to be able to do fasting. And I don't recommend people jump straight into fasting, because you have to get your body functioning properly first. And that's starting with the menu, not eating the shit that caused it to be fucked up. Then cleansing the liver, because the liver cleans up the blood, which cleans up all the other organs. What the flip, I'm about to cut out too. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. And then now the fasting, that I'm cleaned out, I do have that internal strength to be able to not eat and to train hard and fight, which I'm about to do this week. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Any questions, go to masterluki.com about page, and you can find me 24/7. All right. So I'll come back and show you what's going on with this pizza, and we'll catch up. All right, Master Luki, over.